Now we're just going to have my dad, Mike, say a speech.
I'm known as Michael here. What we're celebrating today is a very successful partnership, but it's not just about managing to stay together for such a long time. It's really about the way that Keith and Gay have lived their lives, a way that people admire, people wish to emulate, and they've lived their lives in a way that has a really positive effect on lots of other people. A very wise person once said that marriage is 10% finding the right person and 90% being the right person. So for anyone who's married or about planning to get married, that's really good news, because it means it's not about luck and it's not about relying on the other person. It's all up to you. It's in your control to be the right person. And that's really what Keith and Gay have done year after year, decade after decade. They've been the right person for each other. And that obviously spins off into the family, the children, the grandchildren. And I'll just pick out a few examples of some of the things they do where they're really setting a good example for others to follow. So the first one would be spending a lot of time together, and so whenever one of them is interested in something, the other one will take an interest as well, and they'll do that together. So it might have been boating around the Harrogate Gulf, or building a batch of waiheke, or teaching chess to little kids. They always find a way to do it together, and that's one of the secrets for them. Another good example that I said is to do with family is always having good family holidays. So all the way back, as long as I can remember, we always had family holidays. It might have been a caravan in a motor camp, but there wasn't a year that we missed. We always went away and we always had that time together. Another one that we might take for granted is just celebrating birthdays. So for the 8 of us, so Julie, Gary, Fiona, Michael, Jasmine, Danny, Keith and Gay, there's never a birthday missed. It's always a get-together, there's always a cake, there's always candles, there's always a sing-along, and it's always Keith and Gay to organise that and make sure that it happens. Another example is having a warm and welcoming home, and that's been the way right up until now. You've heard Jasmine talk about going around there every week for dinner. That's not with Fiona and myself. We're not there. It's just the grandchildren. But if I think back to when I was a teenager, it was my house where everyone wanted to hang out, because that was the welcoming place. And they've managed to maintain that to this day. Another area which is very important is being positive and being optimistic about the future. So all the way through their lives, they've always had a very positive outlook. So something like a redundancy at work could be a setback for some people, but for Keith and Gay, it's just an opportunity to do something new, do something better, and that's exactly what they did. And finally, on the list of examples, just personally, they've taught me everything I know about driving a car, or fixing a car, maintaining a house, ironing a shirt. Don't look too closely at this one. But most of all, how to be a parent. So I think the point is that the work that they've done over many years in being the right people for each other has had a great positive effect on each other, but also for the wider family, but especially for the 8 of us, Jasmine, Danny, Fiona, Michael, Julie, Gary. So you've made our lives fuller and richer and happier, and we can never thank you enough. So we love you all, and here's to Keith and Gay.
Now we'll have a few words from my Auntie Julie.
Oh, thank you, Mike. And happy golden anniversary to Keep and Gay. I just want to say our mother and father are an inspiration to us. So you might have seen in the Herald the announcement today. That's what we wrote, that they're an inspiration to our family. There's many ways that Keep and Gay express their love to each other, and it's in little things like holding hands and providing comfort for each other and just being nearby, being there when you need them. It's delightful for us to see it, and I believe their love provides a foundation for happiness and contentment for everyone around. Their journey through life together has strengthened them both, and I think as they've gone on, they've shared that with others, and it's brought a well-being both themselves and people around them. So, thank you for joining us today to celebrate Keep and Gay's golden wedding anniversary.
Thank you. Well, I mentioned that my sister is living in Florida. She just turned 19, and she's working at Walt Disney World. She works in the Bugs Life ride, and anyway, we asked her to please could she write something for us to read out. So this is what she said. If there is one thing that makes me grateful to be a part of the Plows family above all else, it is the love. In its rawest, most selfless, unconditional form, our parents and grandparents have offered myself and my sister this gift in spades. But as well as this, I have always been in awe of the volume of love that Gay and Keith express towards each other, bashfully discussing tales of their early romance around the dinner table, or walking hand in hand out of a Remuera library on a Sunday morning. The entire dynamic of their relationship has always been fascinating to me. To watch two people so different, yet so completely perfect for each other. Your love truly inspires me every day. When I imagine true love being forever and spending the rest of my life with my best friend, and maybe I shouldn't say this as an employee of the Walt Disney Company, but I don't think about crystal slippers or fairy godmothers or white horses. I honestly think of you two. Happy anniversary. I wish I could be there with you to celebrate this occasion. I cannot wait to share with you both the many tales from my travels around the Plows family dinner table upon my return. With all the love in my heart, Infinity Sky Tower, Possum.